Hello there, and welcome to Really Cool Excel. In an earlier lesson, we introduced you to the Sum function and the AutoSum button. We used Sum to calculate the total of a single list or a range of numbers. Taking this a stage further, let's see how we can use AutoSum to calculate the totals of several columns or rows of data. And, as usual, we want it to be quick and easy. Here's a table of data without any totals. The plan is to insert totals in all the yellow cells. So we'll end up with totals for the days and the regions. You already know how to use AutoSum to calculate the total of a single range, but just in case you missed it, we'll take another look. First, click B7 because that's where the Monday total is going. Then click the AutoSum button. It's up here on the Home tab. Excel offers to sum the range B2 to B6, which is just what we want. So we'll accept that by clicking the tick next to the formula bar. And the answer is 15. Now we have a total for Monday, but we also want to insert totals for Tuesday through to Friday and totals in the rows for all 5 regions. We could repeat what we've just done for Monday, but that would involve setting up 9 more sum formulas, about 30 mouse clicks for the whole exercise. And that's when we've only got 5 columns. What if we have a dozen, or 20, or more? There has to be a better way, right? Yes, there is. And if you've seen the Really Cool Excel AutoFill video, you'll know what's coming. Rather than create 4 new formulas in these cells, we'll replicate the formula that we put in B7. So, click B7 and hover your mouse over the little black square at the bottom right corner of the cell border. The mouse pointer changes to a black cross. Click and hold the black cross and drag along to F7. Automatically, we now have totals in this row. And if you click each cell and check what it says in the formula bar, you'll see Excel has inserted formulas that sum the cells above. This is known as relative cell referencing. In other words, if the formula in B7 is relative to the range B2 to B6, and we autofill this formula, then C7 is relative to the range C2 to C6, and so it goes on. Now we'll click here on G2 to calculate the north total. As before, AutoSum. This time Excel recognizes there's no data above G2 for it to calculate, but it does see data to the left, so Excel offers you this range, B2 to F2. That's what we want. Click the tick, result 15. And to replicate the formulas in the cells below, AutoFill. By my reckoning, that's a total of 8 mouse clicks, which is a whole heap faster than the 30 clicks it would have taken if we'd set up all the formulas individually. But hang on, we can do better than that. I'll delete these results so we can start again. We know these cells here will contain the column totals. So, select them and AutoSum once. All the totals entered in one go. Now, select these. AutoSum again. Result. And that was only 4 mouse clicks. Pretty good, eh? Not good enough, I'm afraid. What about this? Let's get rid of the totals again. Now, select all the cells to be totaled, along with the result cells, in one move. Click AutoSum. Fanfare, drum roll, 2 clicks compared to the original 30. 15 times faster and almost foolproof. I did say almost. There's one potential problem with AutoSum that I need to show you. So, if this happens to you, you'll know what's gone wrong, and you'll know how to fix it. Let's switch over to the other sheet in this workbook. This table also needs totals in the yellow cells. We should be able to do the same as we did before. Use AutoSum to insert the first total in B11, then AutoFill across to F11. Let's do that. B11, click AutoSum, but look, Excel isn't offering us the full range up to B2. It's stopping at B6, and the reason is there's an empty cell at B5. Excel will not jump over an empty cell because it thinks the cells above it are a different data set to the cells below. Here's another empty cell at D3. Click AutoSum for the row total, and again it will not cross the empty cell. Even this method doesn't work. Select all the total cells and click AutoSum. It looks like it's worked, but if I double click one of the totals to check, you'll see it's also stopping at row 6. But we can force Excel to jump these empty cells. Let's clear these out and I'll show you a couple of ways. Click here as normal, AutoSum again. The formula stops at B6 when it should go all the way up to B2. Now one way to fix it is to edit the incorrect cell reference in the formula bar. I'll change this to B2 and now the box goes round the full range. Tick to accept. But there's another way and it's probably a bit more intuitive. I'll clear the result again. Click once more, AutoSum, and we know what will happen next. This time move the mouse to the top right corner. The pointer changes to a double-ended arrow. Click, hold, and drag the box till it surrounds the full range. Finally, tick to accept. Now we can autofill the others and they'll calculate their relative ranges. And to prove it, click the total. Check the formula bar, sorted. AutoSum on the rows will work fine because the first row has all its data. So when we autofill, the full range will be replicated down all the rows. Let's prove it again. Click and check the formula bar. Our problem with the columns was the empty cell in column B. If column B is wrong and we autofill, all the columns will be wrong. Row 2 is correct, so all the rows will be correct. So be very careful of empty cells. As Baloo the Bear once said, they ain't nothing but trouble. One final point, the sum formula in B11 is calculating the total of the whole column, including the empty cell. If I put something in that cell now, the total will change automatically. The current total is 299. I'll put a 1 in here, hit enter, and the new total is 300. So, we've just seen a number of ways you can use AutoSum, and one potential problem that you now know how to fix. I'll leave you to go off and try it out. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next time.